I remind myself, like when we're mixing in immersive, I don't owe the speakers anything. At the end of the day, it's all about the piece of music and the song. And therefore, you have to work with what that piece of music is. Unless you create it yourself, then things can change.
What kinds of things are driving decisions for you in why you might put something, over there or back there or, up in the ceiling?
That's a great question. And I think it is probably the most important question that we should always be asking ourselves as surround mixers and immersive mixers. Two words come to mind. One is balance. And that's actually probably like number 1 through 10. And then the next is arrangement. So balance is everything. At the end of the day, the majority of mixing practices can all be summed up in some sort of amplitude distribution. And so when mixing in a 3-dimensional space, I'm constantly thinking about balancing the elements. Now, balance is not just about, pure volume adjustment. I think that there's a sense of a tonal balance as well. For instance, if you've got low end in the front, like, can I balance that in the back with something? There's also the balance of musical parts, which comes to the arrangement. If there's clearly a lead melody, is there some sort of logical conversation with something else? If there's a groove, well, where's the anchor of the groove? Let's say it's kick and snare. Fine, well, if that's going to be placed as an example in front, then what can balance that? How can I take this sort of sphere and have it so that it's not so lopsided? If we're working on the world of spatial remixing, which I like to use to describe, remixing content that's already been conceived, I really do think about, okay, well, if the story is, let's say, vocals up front, which is common and is usually a good decision for lots of reasons. Well, how then can I take the additional parts and set up an arrangement that balances and supports it? And it's no different than stereo. It's just that we now have this space. But it really is auditioning things and trying to think about it. And maybe one other, like the next layer of that is when you perfect balance or you pursue perfecting balance, you get into blend. And so blend is like when you can blend something in the front and the back as an example, where by the time they hit your head, it feels balanced. It's a beautiful feeling. And that's that envelopment thing that we're talking about. Like when you can get the tonal balance to be nice, where it's not all bright in the front and dark in the back, or it's not like it's well distributed. That's when it really takes off.